We know that they have just constructed an image of their mother saying yes. If the mother had really said yes, then they will look to the right as they are remembering their mother say yes. Anxiety is the secret to why we make all these signals when lying. We put ourselves in a state of stress, making adrenaline flood the body, the heart beat faster, muscles tense, and pupils to dilate or contract. This is the basis that a lie detector machine works on, but a trained body language observer would be able to see it clearly without any machine. Lastly for now, relationships. When someone is interested in someone else, there tends to be a lot of eye contact, and the couple will face each other more. They may even extend their legs, knees, or feet in the direction of the other person as a way of getting closer. Another flirting signal is in the eyes, as people's pupils increase in size and they will blink more. Another general sign is the mirroring of the other person's body language. Females and males also tend to have their own specific signs of body language in relationships. In males, when they notice an attractive woman, he tends to flex his muscles, take on other muscles, on the other hand, a woman's body language is subtler, but appears very appealing to the opposite gender. This can be seen through her exposing her skin on the neck and wrist, tossing her hair from side to side, and the most appealing sign a woman can give is to sit with one leg crossed across the other, with one hand on her thighs. This exposes her legs and makes her seem more toned. Overall, the right response to one's partner's body language may be the difference between a long-lasting or a short relationship.
Oh my god. It's like 7 minutes.
We'll give a brief example covering various topics, starting with hand and arm. Hand gestures are a great way to tell what people are thinking, as they are very simple to read. For example, when a person is explaining two different points of view on something, they will usually use their hand to express the points, such as on one side, but something, 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 but on the other hand, blah, 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 blah. People tend to use their favorite hand, usually the writing hand, to express their favorite point. Recognizing confidence gestures can be beneficial in many ways, from business to poker. Rubbing palms together often indicates a positive expectancy. If someone rubs their palms quickly, it indicates that the outcome will benefit you. But if they rub their palms slowly, the outcome will probably benefit them. This should only be used in context, however, for if someone rubs their palms on a cold day, they're probably just cold. Another confidence gesture is the staple. This indicates a self-assured attitude and is often used by people with superior attitudes. Holding your hands behind your back, like the third picture, also gives us a superior and confident feeling. Recognizing defensive gestures is also beneficial. Crossed arms are a defensive gesture and are an attempt to put a barrier between the person and someone or something they don't like. When taking this position, the person becomes close to you and isn't likely to have any positive feelings towards you. A common gesture that females do is something called hugging yourself, which is like the middle picture. This indicates lack of confidence and is a partial arm barrier. One that men use is known as holding hands with yourself or the broken zipper position, which is the last picture. It makes them feel secure because they're protecting themselves. An example of this is Adolf Hitler, who used this gesture regularly to cover up the sexual inadequacy he felt because he only had one testicle.
Oh, we just got to start a new part.
Different cultures. Examples of this. In the Western society, this symbol is known as the OK signal. But in places like the Mediterranean, Russia, Brazil, or Turkey, it is an orifice signal, a sexual insult, or can mean gay man. In Western countries, this means 5. But in Greece and Turkey, it means go to hell, and the symbol for 10 would be up yours twice. Also, this signal translates as 2 for Westerners, but in Greece it means go to hell. And this thumbs up signal is commonly known as good job or okay. But if jerked upwards like this, apparently in Australia it would mean sit on this. And if thrust forward like this, in Greece it would mean up yours. Although many cultures probably understand the Western version, just be careful.
Facial expressions. Facial expressions are the basis for body language. Some are instinctive and some are learned by watching and mimicking others. Humans use a wide variety of facial expressions, but there are 8 basic ones: surprise, interest, joy, rage, fear, disgust, shame, and anguish. Surprise is shown by raised eyebrows, wide eyes, and a dropped jaw. If the head is forward, it indicates disbelief. Back indicates fear. Interest is shown by a half smile and slightly widened eyes. This expression is essentially neutral. Joy is an emotion of happiness. The key component of this emotion is the smile. Rage is commonly expressed by narrowed eyes, tightened lips, and eyebrows in the classic V shape. A frozen stare, wide eyes, pale face, sweating, and hair standing on end are some of the components that make up the expression fear. Scrunching of the face is the main sign of disgust. For disgust is believed to be an attempt to close the eyes and nose from an object. With shame, the eyes look down and to the side to avoid eye contact. The eyebrows arc outwards and the mouth droops, and usually the head is tilted forwards. The last of the basic expressions is anguish. The emotion is expressed with arched eyebrows, mouth slightly open, and lips turned down. Mirroring. Often seen in romantic and business relationships, mirroring is a helpful technique used to build trust and liking in the person who you are communicating with. Mirroring is the art of consciously copying or making similar gestures as the other person. After a while, they would start to subconsciously mirror you as well. At this point, you can start expressing your desires and intentions with the greatest likelihood of them being agreeable. Face maps. Whenever we smile, frown, or use facial expressions, the line on our face moves and compress into creases. As people age, these creases become more permanent and turn into wrinkles that indicate which facial expression a person has used the most. For example, vertical lip lines is usually associated with a disapproval of something. A T-shaped frown shows hostility, and a wrinkle around the eyes called crow's feet shows signs of laughter and smiling. Brand language. Big businesses have literally invested billions of dollars to build a reputation so more people would buy their product. Almost all major brands and labels have a value that can be related to the user's personality, especially with products such as jewelry, cigarettes, clothes, handbags, pens, and most obviously cars. For example, practical people would most likely have station wagons, unlike sport cars, which are for the daring and adventurous. Along with the great help it would give us in public speaking and job interview situations, which are close in the future for us, body language would also help in public situations, such as relationships and meeting new people. If body language classes were incorporated into drama, they would be fun and enjoyable and allow people to express different emotions better and act more realistically. Also, body language in schools would give students a brief overview of everything involved in body language, which could influence their job decision, hobbies, or could give them answers to something they've been wondering about. With our short example of a body language class, several things were explained, but not much in detail. If classes were to be introduced, topics would be talked about in more detail. For example, there may be more cultural misunderstanding examples, and more topics would be covered. This is why body language classes should be introduced into schools, making up part of the drama subject.